Hi, I'm Lisa Sprinkle with DHR Leadership Consulting. We advise clients on critical leadership and talent management challenges, gaining alignment on what matters most. As we help organizations identify and develop future-ready leaders, we've launched a series to interview CEOs on what it takes to be a successful leader now and as we prepare for the future. Initial topics have included diversity and inclusion, purpose, digital acceleration, and today's topic, agility. Ehtisham Rabbani is the CEO of SteelSeries. Prior to joining SteelSeries in 2014, Ehtisham held leadership positions at LG Electronics and Logitech. SteelSeries is a global leader in the gaming and esports industry, creating award-winning, cutting-edge products. Ehtisham, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa.
Well, I know product development testing is critical, as SteelSeries is known for your innovative and your high-end products. And prior to COVID, gamers were invited into Copenhagen, Chicago, Taipei, and now they're not. So what are you doing instead?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we used to have gamers come into all our different offices. We've got 6 offices around the world. And they would come in, we would play with them, we'd see how they use the equipment as we played with them. We'd have focus groups on marketing and packaging, all the usual stuff. And then COVID hit, right? And all of that came to a grinding halt. So we went and started doing virtual focus groups. We invited gamers to join in online. Obviously we had everyone sign an NDA to ensure confidentiality. That was important. But with everyone at home, it was overwhelming the number of people that heard through their friends about these focus groups and wanted to join in. So we've never had an easier task of bringing people into research. We sent out a lot of sort of thought starters for these groups. And Lisa, the amount of time people spent thinking about what we had sent them, researching it. I personally, in my 35 years of consumer goods, I've never seen consumers so vested in the research and wanting to tell us all this stuff. So what started out as a barrier, right? How do you do consumer research when you cannot bring people in? All of a sudden, we're reaching a broader range of consumers. They're putting more time and effort and giving us even better inputs. It's turned out to be a huge positive.
So in addition to your product development testing having to change, how have your teams had to change? Because working together was a significant part of your culture and engagement. So how are you now keeping those teams engaged?
Yeah, it has definitely been a crazy year. I think I've finished all of Netflix. But the fact is, COVID-19 has definitely created fear and anxiety in our organization, probably in most organizations. I mean, our Chicago office has been closed since March. Our other offices have been working with partial capacity, so we're largely remote. And so the one thing we knew pretty early on was that to be effective working remotely, especially with a lot of very young employees, is communication and social engagement. You have to figure out how to do those 2 things. And one without the other doesn't really work. So on the communication side, the mantra was, look, we're going to over communicate. So the whole company gets together every single week and we share. And a lot of times the sharing just turns to, basically chit chat, which is kind of fun.
It's still important.
Exactly. We do obviously business updates and quarterly reviews. Different teams actually do weekly status updates. So there's a ton of communication. The objective of here is nobody feels disconnected from the work that's going on around them and in the company as a whole. On the social side, we've been doing virtual happy hours, which get a huge attendance. We've been doing, for new hires, we've been hiring at record pace during this COVID. We do virtual sort of lunches for new hires. We send out monthly care packages to all our employees. Look, we're here, because the danger over here is that people start feeling alone. And especially if you are single living by yourself and all you do is sort of see the 4 walls in your apartment, you can start being isolated. So you get a care package from us every single month. I spend about 10% of my time just randomly calling up people, talking to them, seeing what's on their mind. We obviously have a program in place where if any of our employees feel like one of their colleagues is having stress issues, we have our HR folks jump in with resources, and also just again to let them know we're here. You're not alone in this. So look, I'm super proud of the SteelSeries team, of the resilience. We haven't lost a beat. We're actually on pace to deliver our best year ever.
As we wrap up, Ehtisham, I guess what advice would you give other organizations on fostering and developing agile leaders?
Yeah, especially in a time like this, but I think in most times right now, the rate of change has accelerated, and that causes fear. And my advice to any young leader is lean into that fear. Don't fight it. Just lean into it.
Yeah, don't try to fight it. I like that.
Yeah, John Adams, famously said, "Every problem is an opportunity in disguise." I absolutely believe that. So rapidly identifying and capitalizing on those opportunities in times of change is what provides, it's like the definition of competitive advantage, right? Every issue, every problem, there is an opportunity. And I think agile leaders sort of lean into that.
Yeah, great advice. As you said, this is a tremendous opportunity. Sounds like your employees are going to come out of this even more engaged and more, identifying with the company because of everything that they've gone through together and being able to stay engaged. So Ehtisham, thank you for joining us. We wish you the best and look forward to seeing what is the next innovative product coming out from SteelSeries.
I appreciate it, Lisa. Thank you so much.
Thank you.